1, 2, 3, 4. I have like 4 girls that want to be on here that are behind me. So, do you need their
That's
name now?
awesome, Coach. And we are now here with Austintown head coach, and we have a couple of girls that are probably going to join us too from the Austintown 12U softball team in Greenville, North Carolina. Get ready for the Little League World Series here, Coach. Thanks so much for taking the time out of your obviously busy schedule down there in North Carolina to talk with us.
No problem. We have a little bit of downtime, so.
Right, you got to take it where you can get it. We talked to you a little bit before the regional started about how cool it was to see this team go through state and go through districts and have the success they did. And here we are after regionals are over talking about a regional championship. How'd that feel? Talk us through the emotions of that whole regionals week.
The regional tournament was a roller coaster of emotions. Going in and losing our very first game, that was a heartbreaker. Tough game, great team. So after losing that game, we knew we had a tough road ahead of us, and the girls responded well. I took the loss a lot harder than the girls did. They bounced back and they were ready to go every game, and they showed their grit and battled all the way back through. We got a rematch with Iowa, and they took care of business at the end.
That first loss was a tough one, but how much did the fact that it took 9 innings and the fact that, everyone was on their last leg in that 9th inning and it was scoreless through 7, how much did that give you guys confidence going forward that, yes, I mean, we lost, but, it's a double elimination tournament and we probably played the best team in the region that close?
Yeah, leaving that game, like I said, I took it a lot harder than the girls did. I knew we had a chance to win that game. We should have won that game. So that was the tough part. We just made some base running errors, and offensively, we just couldn't get the hits to get through. I mean, I believe they played a perfect game, and we did not offensively or defensively. So I knew we had a good chance of beating them. But I just didn't know if we were going to, be able to make it all the way back through. I mean, we had to win 5 games to get back to the championship. But these girls showed, absolute toughness and resilience and made it all the way back.
Obviously, Mila got a lot of attention this weekend. And before we talk about her run through the regionals, I want to talk about that very next game. You'll lose the first game. Mila throws 9 innings, and then you have to come back with the next game, and you have to throw Annabelle Mikesell. And she just steps up big time for this team in both games that she started in this region. What do you see from her? How is she ready for that big stage in the circle?
Yeah, I mean, she's a superstar. She's another kid that I can rely on without, any hesitation. I know her strengths, and I knew she was ready to go. So that's what separated us from a lot of other teams. We had, Mila and Annabelle ready to step out on the mound at any other time. And we also have other ones too, if we needed to. And we had some other ones, ready to go if needed, but Annabelle stepped right in, handled it like a professional. And she's a beast. And anytime I put her out on the mound, she did what she was supposed to do and did great and got us through those games or those innings that we needed out of her. And, the defense had her back, had Mila's back as well when we needed them to, and they did awesome.
You told ESPN that there was never even a doubt of taking Mila out of that first game. Was that a big reason why? Because you knew that you had Annabelle Mikesell right behind her, and you knew that, if she had to start the next game, that you had full confidence in her ability?
Well, I mean, it's tough, in the moment, the game six innings, 0-0. Obviously, Mila was pitching well. Their pitcher was pitching well. But it seemed like a must-win game at that point. And at the time, we didn't have Annabelle even. She warmed up to start the game, but by the time we got to the 7th inning, I mean, we were trying to win the game. And Annabelle, I didn't feel like it would have been fair to put her in pretty much cold. You know what I mean? We didn't have an opportunity to get a whole warm up in, and I felt like we could scratch a run at some point and win that game. But obviously, that was in the back of my head. What if? So I knew when Mila went into that 7th inning, she wasn't going to be available the next day, and I had full confidence in Annabelle to get us through the next game if that happened to if things didn't go our way, which they did not. So I had full confidence in Annabelle to get us through that next game.
The other game I want to talk about is the semifinal with Missouri, where you're coming up against the team that had won the last two regional championships. I mean, this Missouri Little League team had been running the show in the Central Region, getting the World Series like it was their job, and they lost a tough one to Iowa just like you did. You come in that game and just, for lack of a better term, take them to the woodshed. Do you think that was the best game you played all region? I mean, to see you go up against a team of that caliber and not really have to sweat it out towards the end?
Yeah, the Missouri game was actually the day we had to win 2 games in one day. It wasn't actually the semifinal game. Indiana was the semifinal game. Right. But the Missouri team was the same day we had to beat Illinois earlier that day. So that day was, was unique and as far as coaching goes, because I needed to, use my pitchers the right way that day because we had to get through 12 innings of softball, and I wanted Mila and Annabelle available for Thursday if needed. So if one of them threw 7 innings, they weren't going to be available the next day. So we had to kind of, attack those games with some strategy behind it. And again, they both did great. They got us through the first game. Then we came out against Missouri. I think they started with an in the park home run with their 3-hitter. So that wasn't real fun. But then we got the bats going, and that was our best offensive game, I believe, against Missouri. And by the end, like you said, we were cruising through them. But I knew, they were 2-time champs of the regional tournament, which I did not tell the girls. I didn't want to put anything in their head. But they won the region 2 times, 2 years in a row, and they had been there like 6 times in a row. But that's stuff that the girls don't need to hear. That I feel like that wouldn't have helped our psyche at all. And they were just going backs against the wall, ready to get through the next game. So in return, we ended up having to win 3 games in less than 24 hours, which was pretty crazy. So, which led us to the Indiana game, and they just kept rolling.
And you guys did just that. I want to ask you about the championship moment, the final out of that Iowa game where you're the champions, that you're going to the Little League World Series. What was that like for you as a coach to see the girls be able to celebrate that moment?
Speechless. I mean, all the hard work that they put in over the year, it just all came full circle for them. And I knew, at that point they were about to experience something that not many kids in the whole world get to experience. And, it was all because of their hard work and the time that we put in. So it was amazing. I mean, that's really all I can say about it. It was amazing. But then it was also stressful too, to be completely honest with you, just knowing like, okay, we got to go home. And, these parents and us coaches, we've been on the road for like a month. So it's kind of difficult to balance, softball and work and, Little League. It's like, here we go. We need you guys back here in a few days. So trying to get our work life back in order before we hit the road again. It was stressful, but absolutely amazing for the kids. And I couldn't be more proud of them and happy for them.
When you got home, this community had open arms ready for you, and anything you needed, they had your back through the week before you left Wednesday. They even sent you off at the high school on Wednesday. What was it like for you to see this community just totally embrace this softball team after you came home with the regional championship?
It's been awesome, man. The love and support that's the community from the community, it's just grown more and more over our run, through districts, through state, then through regionals. When we were on TV, obviously it started growing. And then when we won the regionals and everybody realized what we just accomplished and what the girls are doing. I mean, they literally are making history. I don't think the girls realize how big of a deal this is, but the community has definitely had our backs, showing just an absolute amazing amount of love and support for us. And, the send-off was crazy. The band was there, football team, all the news stations, just residents of Austintown just coming to show us love and support. It was amazing.
Coach, before we let you go and talk to some of your players, obviously you still have softball to play, and as excited as we are about the regional championship and all the stuff that you get to do down in Greenville, North Carolina, you still get to play softball as well. What's been kind of the week like trying to prepare for the games ahead and prepare for North Carolina on Sunday?
So we got in late Wednesday night, probably about 9 o'clock at night, and then after we handed everything out that the Little League gave us here, we didn't get to bed till probably midnight, and then we were first up Thursday morning to go over to I believe there's like a convention center type deal where we had the distribution of the equipment, the uniforms, and all that stuff, which it was. I mean, that experience was just amazing. It was like Christmas as a coach for the kids, just getting to watch them get all their new stuff. So we hit the ground running first thing Thursday morning. We got back from that. That took like 4 hours. And then once we got back from that, we were able to get a practice in yesterday. So we got to knock the rust off a little bit yesterday. And then it was kind of the same thing today. We had breakfast, lunch, and then we just got back from another practice a little bit ago. So we're just trying to get back in the groove of things and realize why we're here, because we are here to play softball. So unfortunately, we don't have a ton of film on the North Carolina team that we're going to play. But I've done a little research, found a little bit of stuff. So they're a good team, and we're doing our best to get ready for them.
Coach, I know you have a couple of players that are willing to join us a little bit here before we let you all go back to dinner, I believe. So why don't we introduce the players that are going to be coming on and
Sure.
get a couple of questions for them.
Do you want one at a time?
If they want to come together, it's up to them. They're the superstars.
Yes, sir. Hold on.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Why don't you all introduce yourselves so the fans know exactly who we're talking to?
I'm Kate Averill.
I'm Zara Burt.
I'm Seneca Coates.
I'm Annabelle Mikesell.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so the first question I have to ask you girls is I asked Coach about the championship moment, the last out of the Iowa game that gave you the regional championship from his perspective. From your girls' perspective, what was it like to have that final out and have that moment where you know that you're the regional champions and you're going to the Little League World Series?
We were all pretty excited and just yelling and yeah.
It was like relieving knowing that we did that and really exciting for the opportunity.
It was very exciting, and I was happy because of what we came back from.
It was good.
One of the things I want to ask, how long did it take to sink in that you guys were going to the Little League World Series? Was it remote? Was it immediate? Was it something that maybe the next day you were like, guys, we're going to the Little League World Series. This is awesome. When did the celebration turn into the reality sinking in?
It took a hot second.
Never.
Honestly, I don't really know if it's sunk in yet.
It's
Never.
not fully sunk in yet.
Yeah.
We all saw the new swag that you guys got is now the Central Region, representatives. You got the new uniforms. What has been some of the favorite new equipment that you've gotten from Little League, or the new pieces of swag you've gotten from Little League as a part of this weekend?
Our helmets. New bats, I would say.
Yeah, I like the bats the best.
I like the cleats.
I really needed a new glove.
When you put on that jersey, that Central Region jersey, and you realize that not only are you representing the state of Ohio, the Austintown community, now you're representing an entire region of the country. What did that make you guys feel like?
Pretty excited that we're gonna be playing for the whole Central Region. Yeah.
Just honored that we were the team that got to do it because we won.
I want to ask you guys about this send-off that the community put together for you on Wednesday. In front of the Austintown Fitch High School, bunch of people showed up. The band was there. What was that like for you guys to really see the community come out and support you guys and send you guys off to the World Series?
Good.
It was amazing to know about the support we had and everyone was there and rooting for us.
I was really happy to see and realize how many people were there, cheering us on.
One of the really exciting things about this week for you guys, I'm sure, outside of just playing softball and being able to fight for a World Series championship, is professional softball is coming down there as well. They're sending their whole roster down there to play in front of you guys. Who are some of your softball role models or softball idols that you look up to that maybe they're playing in the Athletes Unlimited that you're excited to get a chance to watch?
Definitely Jocelyn Allo.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Sunday. Obviously, you guys are the morning game, 10 a.m. start time. You're the first game of the tournament. How excited are you guys? How are you trying to, keep off the anticipation of waiting until Sunday to play?
We're all pretty excited to be the first game and probably watch others play too.
Yeah, after we can watch others.
But before we let you guys go, because I know you're hungry and you have a dinner to get to, I want you each to go and just give shout outs to some people that support you and they give you a lot of encouragement and that you wouldn't be in this World Series without in your life. So give some people in your life, in your corner, some shout outs before we let you go.
Definitely my sister, Veda Bird.
My mom and my dad.
My close family and relatives, they text me a lot after my games and before, wishing me luck.
My family and my coaches.
Girls, thank you so much for taking the time to join us a little bit and to talk with us ahead of your Little League World Series debut on Sunday. We wish you the best of luck, and man, we're rooting for you down here at YSN, and we can't wait to talk about a World Series championship when you guys come back home.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Whew, that was fun, Matt. And last thing for you before we let you go, obviously, is we want to give you the chance to thank anyone that was integral to getting this team down to the Little League World Series and making this all possible. Want to give you the chance to shout out some people in the community before we let you go.
Definitely. First of all, the families of all of these players, the sacrifices that they've had to make, to get their kids here and to be able to come down here themselves, and not only here, the regional tournament, the state tournament. It's been a heck of a month with the travel, but all of our families have been fantastic. Our league, ACB, starting with our president, Buzz Palkovic, he's done a fantastic job behind the scenes, helping take care of paperwork, fundraising, just organizing anything I need help with. And then, just some of our coaches that help these girls, year round as far as batting and pitching lessons go. I can't name them all, but, Bob Smith is a big one for me and 5 or 6 of the girls. Kerrigan is a big one for Annabelle. And I know some of these other girls go to different instructors as well, but obviously they've played a huge role in these girls' lives over the years. And then just our community, man, it's been great to see the support, that the restaurants have given us, and just all the community, all the residents. It's been absolutely fantastic, and Coach Ward as well. What he's done, from the high school level, and he has shown so much support to our girls and myself over the past 3-4 years. I mean, he drove to Ashtabula the past 2 years when we were playing at state, and then he made two separate trips to Indianapolis to Whitestown, Indiana, to come watch us, and he made sure he was there for the regional championship game. And when he came back into the stadium with the big Block F flag, our crew they erupted, man. And so he's doing it right up there. He's showing the girls love and support, and it makes our girls and families want to go play for a program, that Fitch has put together, and it's fantastic to see all the love and support from everybody.
Told him a couple weeks ago after state, I said, "You're not retiring anytime soon." With this coming up,
No, he's
Coach,
hitting,
thank
he's
you.
hitting pretty nice.
I know he's pretty good. Coach, thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to talk with us a little bit. We wish you the best of luck as well as you venture into this Little League World Series venture. And we can't wait to talk to you again real soon, bud.
Thank you, man. Thanks for the time.